Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So I was asked on, I think it was on Saturday, this past Friday, Saturday, what I would do to transition into offensive security from a different field. Now, mind you, this person has a Linux and networking background, meaning they're comfortable and they could go in and hop on a Linux box, know how to maneuver, navigate, possibly even do some intermediate sysadmin stuff. And also they know networking at an intermediate level. Both these, this person and actually another person that was there with us, both have a facilities background. And then the other one has before that as finance / CPA consultant background. So with that being said, how would I give advice, or what would I do in order to get into offensive security the most efficient, fastest, but practical way? And that means by actually knowing the job, knowing what to do, not being an expert, but knowing in there and could take control of an engagement, a project, just going in there and adding value to a team. In this video, I'm going to cover on what I would do as far as certifications go, as far as practicality go, and what I would do in that particular order in order to get my foot into the door in the offensive security role. So let's get into this video. So everyone, like I was said, again, this video is for people that have a baseline understanding and or knowledge base of Linux, networking, and just basic, I would say IT, network, cybersecurity concepts, framework, infrastructure understanding. You could go in there and utilize Linux, navigate your way around, move things around, create directories, the basics, right? A full understanding of it. This is not from someone fresh out of accounting, HR, legal. I want to just go hit the books running. This video is not for that. This is someone with a good foundation of networking, Linux, etc., cybersecurity, IT, whatever you want to call it, whatever organization or enterprise you come from. Some still utilize cyber under IT, but that's the point of this video, is if you have that baseline understanding, knowledge base already. So for me, right, and also I don't know if you guys heard the news. I'm filming this video 10/15/2024. A lot of people had this prediction, especially with the big change of OffSec. They've been getting hammered, and rightfully so, right, with their prices. So a company did buy OffSec for that matter. So I'm not sure how that's going to play out going forward, especially for 2025 as far as the certifications. So mind you, I'm going to go over these certifications in order. If I wanted to get my hand or myself into an offensive security role, whether it's junior, intermediate, obviously it ain't going to be expert, lead, manager, etc. But mind you, again, for the crazies out there, this video is just for someone that already has that networking, IT, Linux, cybersecurity baseline concept knowledge base already. This isn't someone that's starting from the bottom up. So for my first certification that I would go, I know some people might even question this, but I would go straight for the PNPT. Why not the PJPT? To me, from what I read and from people that I know who've taken it, the PJPT is for someone who is coming fresh off the boat into offensive security. No baseline knowledge. That's what I would base that off of. I've never taken it. I know it's just the Active Directory portion from what I've been told. However, if I already have certain baseline knowledge, concepts taken care of, I could do those, answer any questions, blindfolded, know it like the back of my hand. I'm going for the PNPT because you already have that structure baseline knowledge base. Pretty much this has the PJPT. On top of that, getting access externally, I would definitely go over this training, and this be the first exam that I take first, because like I've said in the past video and others have said as well, with TCM security, they really lay it down on the line as far as what you need to know to pass their exams. And even the PNPT, you don't even need all that information. It's really straightforward. Excuse me. Their certification, training and certification is great. I'm not knocking it, saying it's a baseline or the first one I would do to go in. But just with someone, whether you're starting from the bottom up, or you're have some knowledge base, this would be the first one to break in. And also checking today again on LinkedIn, this certification is popping up more and more on job descriptions or job recs that are open. So this is popping up in popularity as far as from the HR recruiting standpoint, and also from managers, depending on how they work it. Sometimes hiring managers give free rein to the HR recruiter, and recruiters just go off of the mainstream version of offensive security roles. And you're going to still see a lot of CEH on there, which most of us know that are in this niche of cybersecurity, being offensive security, know that cert doesn't cut it, right? So this is starting to pop up and make its way now. Finally, it really is. And I checked that stuff today, 10:15, and also, like I said, the acquisition of offensive security. So my recommendation for number one is this one. And not only that, why I would pick this one as well is, even if you already know the Active Directory, this goes over to actually building and setting up your lab. There is the version of the Pimp My Cali, but for PNPT. If you're going in there for speed, redundancy, use that script. But if not, this will actually get you to build your own Active Directory set or lab and have you understand the components of Active Directory as well. So this is a great one to start off. And again, it's real straightforward. The training, you can supplement, but you don't need to at all, in my opinion, from when I took it. Like I said, you didn't even have to go through the whole training. Again, that's if you have that knowledge and skill set already. So for my number one certification to jump into offensive security with an actual foundation background knowledge base would be going for the PNPT from TCM. That's number one. Number two, what I think would be the standard, let me just go here, just so I can show people. My certification is still under review for the CPTS. I shit you not. 9:30, I turned that in. It's still under review. I guess they don't count weekends as business days, but you could still turn it in as your exam on the weekend. But oh well, it's whatever. I'm not going to complain. They emailed me yesterday, but it's whatever. So for number two, I would do CPTS by Hack the Box Academy. In my opinion, and a lot of others that would agree, this, I think, possibly even as soon as next Q1, Q2, Q3 of next year, this will be the new standard going forward, above OSCP, in my opinion. I might be wrong, but the way, talking with my coworker and other people in the industry, if they had someone with the CPTS or OSCP, they're taking CPTS, no questions asked. So that's some insider knowledge that you won't find in college for you. Again, my opinion that this will be the standard sometime next year, but I might be wrong. That's just my prediction. This exam is great. It's not intermediate or beginner. It's intermediate. It's not beginner. However, why I would recommend this is, number one, it's going to, in my opinion, it will be the new standard. Number two, the training by far is, awesome. And I utilize this training for OSCP, by the way. And also, even if you finish the training 100% and updates come out, you will get access to those updates. So you'll be able to complete them and go with the changes as they come along and get updated monthly, quarterly, or however they do it. There was just one the other day for login brute forcing, a couple weeks ago. So pretty much this training is great. It really goes into depth and very granular detail of overall pen testing. from getting access to externally, web, recon, enumeration, the whole nine, Active Directory. This training is really, really, really awesome. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. You guys that have watched my videos know what I've said about this training, and also about 45 to 55% of this training covers the bug bounty hunter pathway as well. So you also get that in here. Again, this would be my number 2, just because the training is great and it's actually really, really good, real life use cases. I couldn't be more happier with this training. I'm glad I actually did it, because again, I had this plan for the Christmas shutdown or Christmas New Year break. I'm glad I knocked it out. I was really, really happy until I made that decision. So that being said, the CPTS would be my recommendation for the second training. I would go CPTS just because the way it is. This one's also taking off as well, showing up on more job descriptions. Not as much as PNPT, but this one, like I said, is popping up. And also, not just myself, but a lot of people that I've talked to said, again, CPTS, OSCP, they're taking someone with the CPTS, no questions asked, hands down, you're getting that edge. So this would be my number 2 recommendation as far as certifications to take. Number 3, I would go for kind of a specialized one. That's still, I'm not going to say beginner friendly. They advertise it, and it actually is, because I've done this training. I've done it the end of 2022. Back, I think it was with Pen Tester Academy. Now it's Altered Security. I would go for the certified Azure Red Team Professional, CARTP certification. This is really great for enumeration, especially utilizing PowerShell. It really goes into depth, really granular. They also have a boot camp. The boot camp is great. I did the boot camp myself. I didn't just do the lab and the training. I never took the exam. I missed out on that. That was actually my fault, to be honest. Went out and partied for a football game, which I regret heavily. So I lost my exam, made a dumb decision. So that being said, this training is really, really great. Lots of hands-on. And some of their even advanced pathways are awesome as well. I think they have 3 of them now for Azure. I believe it's still 3 or 4 for the just your average or your just normal Active Directory. However, this is really great. Here's the exam structure. It's a 24-hour hands-on exam. You will need to do a report as well. Students must compromise all the resources that are mentioned in the exam page of the course portal and submit a detailed report with proof of completion. So again, reporting also is key for this one. Actually, all your exams kind of different on the reporting. I know from experience, especially the PNPT and CPTS. So be mindful of your reporting. Pay attention to detail on what they actually want or what they're going to be looking for in the report. And pretty much, here's what the skills you're going to learn. Pretty much Azure Service Discovery, initial access attacks, enterprise apps, app services, function apps, and secure storage, phishing, consent grant attacks. Also, this one, the key one for this one, I believe it did iTunes, Key Vaults, Blobs, or Intune. I'm sorry, iTunes. I think this one did touch on that, if I remember correctly. But yeah, so this changes and updates as Azure does as well. So I want to say this one did touch on Intune, or it might be the next one. But again, and also the Microsoft Authenticator as well. I believe that touches on this, on that. Let me double check what you will learn. Let's see. I don't want to be wrong. It might be the advanced one, but this one, PowerShell AZI object. Because it's been a while since I went over this. Privilege escalation, vaults. I might be wrong on this, but persistence, Azure Connect. Maybe I'm even missing it. Azure Connect data mining. I might be wrong on this one. It might be the next one. But key features like SSO implementation. Yeah, either I don't see it on here, so it might be the next one. But yeah, anyway, they give good real detail. I like this training because it really goes down through it step by step. Again, I'm not talking about just the labs. I did the actual boot camp, and Nikhil, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, goes by it step by step, runs through it, real granularity, in-depth detail. This training is really good, as well as the Active Directory one, standard Active Directory, non-Azure. I did both of them. Didn't take the exams, but I did both of them as a boot camp. And I was really, really thrilled and with the training as well. And again, I'm not going to push out any training that I've done that's horrible. I'm not even going to do a video about it. I might just not recommend, just say I don't recommend it. I won't talk about training that I've already done, except the ones that I want to pursue. But I'm not going to give any advice if I've never even taken it. So this would be my third exam that I would recommend, kind of as a specialty. I wouldn't even do CRTO yet. I would just get the hands down basics. The ones that I do want to pursue, some probably possibly in November, mid to end November, Cloud Breach IO for Azure and AWS. When I get to those, I will do my review and my updates on those. But until then, that will take place. Again, this mainly focuses on Active Directory. It's starting to go more. I know it didn't really touch on some of the stuff that it has now. Again, they updated this. I took mine at the end of 2022. So this is a lot different, more defined, detailed, different stuff that has been added to this course. So I would recommend this as my number 3. Now, again, number 4. I put this as number 4 with the asterisk because I don't know where they're going. I don't know really what they were thinking when they did the plus. I know they wanted to get into possibly the industry, government, GovTech, whatever you want to call it. Now, the way they did their CPEs was pretty much signed their own death warrant, hence why they possibly been purchased or acquired. I put an asterisk on this because, again, that was just my prediction for CPTS. However, this is still the standard, so I would do this 4th. Once you have those baselines, I would go OSCP just because, again, number 1, I'm not going to know how this new exam is going to be. Apparently, it's going to be a $1,700 version of the PJPT. There are still going to be the 3 standalone boxes, but is that really worth $1,650, $1,700? Not my opinion. I still have this on there just because it is a standard, today's current standard. But again, if your company pays for it, go for it. However, I put this last. The main reason why I put this last is because their labs are horrible. You can hear a lot of some of the big YouTubers on there talk about the labs, like 90-95%, make no damn sense or have nothing to do with the actual OSCP itself. Now, I get the try harder stuff, but people shouldn't. You shouldn't be charging people $1,700 for training, and they have to go buy other training, utilize other training. That's horseshit in my opinion. That's fucked up. So again, don't take my word for it. You can hear a bunch of other YouTubers talk about that. Now, they did have their live sessions. I don't know if they still post them, but when I did mine, they were in the I think they were in the lab section or a different section. But those lab sections, specifically the Active Directory, was more spot on for training for the OSCP than the actual labs itself. So I don't know if those are still going to be there or how that's going to change or how the lab thing's going to change because there's no more bonus points as well. So I don't know how that's going to change. So until you do that sometime in November when it actually flips over, I'm not going to have any knowledge on that. It's probably better to watch, and I'm going to watch them as well, other people's journeys on their OSCP just to see how they change and if they're also going to change some of the other exams, because I was looking even before they announced that OSCP Plus, I was looking to take my OSEP and OSWE as well, and then also go for the OSED to get my OSCE3, which, believe it or not, is still a goal for mine. That was one of my first goals set when I first made this decision to go into offensive security cyber full-time, that career transition. So that being said, for this video, those would be my 4 exams in order that I would take if I had a baseline knowledge, concrete foundation in Linux, cybersecurity, and networking. That would be my recommendation pathway, just because you're going to get the skill set knowledge base with the training. OSCP's training is not that great. It's not great in my opinion. Yeah, you're pretty much going to have to pay for this shit anyway, like I did. I had the PNPT back when you were able to purchase the exam by itself before they went to the subscription model. So you're already grandfathered in to keep that training for life. I think I had all their trainings except one. I think it was the blue team or the GRC, one of those ones, that newest one that came out before they went to the subscription. I didn't have that one, but the rest before I have them all before, I got grandfathered in. So, and I also had to pay for the pen tester pathway for Hack the Box Academy. So that being said, you're going to have to pay for some training, or unless you're in some kind of program that workplace pays for, or you have an enterprise, subscription from work for Academy. You're gonna have to get it on your own, because the training for OSCP is not that great. It's not great. So that's why I recommend this pathway. This I put third, especially if your organization, or you're going to be doing a lot of Azure. Now this, you can move outside of OSCP if needed to, but this would be just one specialty I would like to throw in there just to have. It's always great to have one specialty, especially since Azure's utilized a lot as far as infrastructure goes. So that being said, that's my recommendations for if I was to break into offensive security, again, with a foundation, concrete baseline knowledge base of Linux, networking, and cybersecurity. This isn't for something to go from the bottom up. So those are my recommendations. Let me know if you think I'm off or wrong, or what you would recommend. Go ahead and leave that in the comments. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, again, I'll just show you guys. I showed it earlier, but in case someone catches the video late. Oops. Let's go to exams. Watch it be released. Oh, still under review. Pathways. I'll be doing this video tomorrow or Thursday. I did complete the SOC analysis last week, 100% complete. This one was actually great. I was really impressed with it. Again, this training is amazing. So yeah, this one is, we'll get a video tomorrow, or probably Thursday. So I'll be doing another video tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday as well. So that being said, please like, comment, share, subscribe. And real quick, for those that ask about how long did it take for the pen tester pathway, that took sporadically for me. Like I said, I used it for OSCP training. So for that being said, if I was to, if I'm going to go 2 routes. For me, being a single father, having to work, juggle working out, sports, etc., I would say it would have took me about a month and a half, just hitting it every day, being consistent, being accountable. Now, if I didn't have kids and I was in college and whatever, it should take me no more than a month, easy. And I'm going to throw in there, give you some leeway with that, partying on the weekends. But if you cut dry, you should finish that in 2 to 3 weeks, in my opinion. So that's just knocking it out straight through. That's going straight monk mode in my eyes. So it is possible. I have friends that have done it that I work with. So yeah, that would be it. And if you do that first, it's always going to be a lot easier for the certified bug bounty hunter, because like I said, 45 to 55% is in that path. So it should take you 2 weeks to finish that. Easy. So yeah, that's the video, guys. Go ahead and please, again, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.